The clock struck midnight as I embarked on a long drive home from a family gathering. The winding highway stretched ahead, its asphalt glistening under the moonlight. Tiredness tugged at my eyelids, and I wished for nothing more than my cozy bed. Little did I know that the night ahead would be far from ordinary. As I drove, my mind drifted to the stories my grandfather used to tell me about strange lights in the sky and encounters with extraterrestrial beings. I had always brushed them off as mere folklore, but that skepticism was about to be shattered. The road seemed eerily deserted, and the surrounding darkness pressed in like a suffocating cloak. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of light illuminated the sky, causing me to jerk the wheel in surprise. My heart pounded in my chest as I strained my eyes to make sense of the blinding display. Out of the darkness emerged a metallic object, descending from the heavens with uncanny grace. It was unlike any aircraft I'd seen before. Sleek and streamlined, it glided through the air without a sound. Fear gripped me, and a million thoughts raced through my mind, each more terrifying than the last. The mysterious craft matched my speed, as if following my car. Panic surged through me, and I accelerated, hoping to put distance between us. But no matter how fast I drove, the object stayed in perfect sync with my car. My phone buzzed, and I glanced at the screen. I couldn't believe my eyes. The GPS had gone haywire, displaying my location as a desolate area far from the highway. Sweat trickled down my brow as I realized I was veering off course, yet the road in front of me remained unchanged. The strange encounter had defied the laws of logic and physics. My heart pounded like a war drum, and every instinct told me to flee. But some inexplicable force, like a tractor beam, kept me locked in a collision course with the unknown. An unsettling sense of unreality washed over me, and I wondered if I had somehow fallen into a nightmare. The surroundings became surreal, with the road stretching infinitely before me, like a serpent devouring its own tail. The sensation of time warped, and I lost track of how long I had been driving. I tried to rationalize the situation, blaming fatigue or my imagination for conjuring up the impossible. But then, a voice echoed in my mind, clear and alien. It wasn't a spoken language, but more like a series of images and emotions that invaded my thoughts. The voice was ancient beyond human comprehension. It was a song of sorrow and wisdom, of unfathomable cosmic knowledge. My mind struggled to comprehend, and I felt as if I was standing at the precipice of the universe. In a moment of clarity, I realized the craft was trying to communicate with me, to share its message across the vast expanse of time and space. But the weight of its knowledge was too much for my fragile human psyche to bear. I screamed, desperate to break free from the nightmarish encounter. The road blurred around me, and I found myself on the brink of madness. The alien presence permeated every fibre of my being, stripping away my sense of self. As I continued to drive, I noticed the landscape changing. The trees became gnarled and twisted, their branches clawing at the sky like skeletal fingers. The road turned pitch black, and the stars above seemed to flicker and fade, replaced by an oppressive void. The craft hovered closer now, its bright lights casting long shadows across the forsaken road. I couldn't escape, couldn't wake up from this terrifying dream. The boundaries of reality blurred, and I lost all sense of where I was. With one last surge of willpower, I slammed my foot on the brakes, bringing the car to a screeching halt. The craft mirrored my movements, stopping just a few feet ahead of me. It hovered there, silent and foreboding, like an ancient god observing its insignificant creation. Then, the craft began to ascend, rising gracefully into the darkened sky. Its lights dimmed, and it vanished into the vastness of space, leaving me trembling and alone on the desolate highway. As dawn broke, I found myself back on the familiar highway, miles from where I had started. The sun's rays bathed the world in warmth, but the chill of that night's encounter lingered in my bones. I may never fully understand what happened that night, whether it was a vivid hallucination or a glimpse into the unknown. But one thing was certain. I had come face to face with the enigmatic, the otherworldly. Now, whenever I find myself on a deserted highway at night, I can't help but glance at the sky, wondering if I'll see that mysterious craft again. For in that encounter, I had glimpsed the unfathomable mysteries of the cosmos, and the knowledge that we are not alone in the universe will forever haunt my dreams.